And so both sides greeted to a raucous roar as the pleasantries continue to get themselves underway. So let's focus on the starting lineups that are brought. So the officials, spearheaded by Stadium. France between these two sides since 2015, two countries that have in the road to 2026 upon us. A game that has garnered global eyeballs. And with the world watching on, away we go. And for so many, the dream is to hoist the World Cup this summer, but for most, only a dream towing the line of imagination. But for these two sides, that thought very real and well within the realms of possibility. And preparation for that possibility, Jamie Watson, starts right here, right now.
And for France, they'll try to go quick in transitional moments when Brazil get undone. And that's going to be the key for them. But for Brazil, how quickly can they look to get forward? How quickly can they catch France before they get set? Those are going to be the challenges that present both sides, and how they'll be able to handle it in real time will be one of the big questions that both managers want to see proven today.
Carlo Ancelotti, of course, 66 years of age, Italian head coach, six-time UEFA Champions League winner with the likes of Milan and Real Madrid. One of the most admired head coaches in world football. His opposing number today, TNT Sports Brazil, allegedly stepping aside after the World Cup. Of course, won the World Cup as a player with France in '98 and then as the manager in 2018. So then here's Mike Maignan, AC Milan goalkeeper for France. Upamecano and 𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗢𝗢, of course, now plying his trade in Italian football with AC Milan after a rather public training ground incident saw him move on from Marseille. 𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗢𝗢 manoeuvring inside. Here's 𝗜𝗡𝗙𝗍. Real spring in his step. 𝗜𝗡𝗙𝗍 looked to let fly. Casemiro with a fabulous challenge.
Wonderful recovery from Casemiro. He was beaten rather easily, but he stayed in pursuit and was able to find the right moment to back tackle and back press 𝗜𝗡𝗍.
And then here's Kylian Mbappe of Real Madrid. Theo Hernandez. Mbappe unable to wriggle through this time. 𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗢𝗢 to pick up the pieces. UEFA Champions League winner with the likes of Milan and Real Madrid. One of the most admired head coaches in world football. Player with France in '98 and then as the manager in 2018. So then here's Mike Maignan, AC Milan goalkeeper for France. Upamecano and 𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗢𝗢, now plying his trade in Italian football with AC Milan after a rather public training ground incident saw him move on from Marseille. 𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗢𝗢𝗢 manoeuvring inside. Here's 𝗜𝗡𝗍. Real spring in his step. 𝗜𝗡𝗍 looked to let fly. Casemiro with a fabulous challenge.
Wonderful recovery from Casemiro. He was beaten rather easily, but he stayed in pursuit and was able to find the right moment to back tackle and back press 𝗜𝗡𝗍.
And then here's Kylian Mbappe of Real Madrid. Theo Hernandez. Mbappe unable to wriggle through this time. 𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗢𝗢 to pick up the pieces. France won 6 of their last 7 games, of course. Last loss coming in June of last year. In the Nations League 5-4 defeat to Spain. Here's Konaté. Kylian Mbappe of Real Madrid. 𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗢𝗢𝗢 unable to manoeuvre forwards. Upamecano of Bayern Munich. Hernandez. 𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗢𝗢𝗢.
Rather low block from Brazil. That'll ask questions of Brazil. Patience-wise, they'll have to go east to west at times to ask Brazil to go side to side and wait for that moment when somebody is lazy and doesn't do their job defensively, and then you can find the penetrating passes into 𝗜𝗡𝗙𝗢𝗢 or to Mbappe.
Let's not forget, it's not been the easiest of times for Brazil in terms of qualifying for the FIFA World Cup. Finished 5th in the CONMEBOL World Cup qualifiers, 10 points behind Argentina. They made it there or thereabouts.
The big questions are going to be heading into this summer's FIFA Men's World Cup. And today, France will try to ask some questions of Brazil as well. There'll be patience at times, but then in that moment, look for them to go quickly when they find a way through of the back four.
Here's Dembélé, current Ballon d'Or. Lovely ball slipped through from the Paris Saint-Germain player. Ball over to the far post. 𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗥𝗧𝗘 was loitering and behind for the first corner of the afternoon.
There's a glimpse of what, just a quick glimpse of how Brazil is going to set up. They're going to shift together collectively. This is good patience from France. Gusto, conviction with the run, but it was also 𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗥𝗧𝗘 checking back that drew the left back out of position, and that's where Gusto finds some space. Another view of just how low the block is for Brazil.
Picked up now by Vinicius Junior. Created to a mixture from the crowd here. Pass is behind that of the run of Raphinha.
Wonderful discipline from France to get back after missing out on the near post with the entry ball from the corner. 𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗥𝗧𝗘 with tremendous discipline. That is contagious with the rest of the group to get everybody back into position and ask Brazil to be patient with their approach.
Here's 𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗥𝗧𝗘 into the Brazilian debutant, Léo Pereira. Plays his club football with Flamengo and the Brasileirão. Referee duly noting a foul in favour of Brazil and Vinicius Junior. Atletico Madrid, the ball played forward now. Real opening for Raphinha! Well, something out of nothing for Brazil, nearly.
Well, heads are down from France, and Casemiro picks it out expertly. Raphinha has to wait on a bit. It's just a little bit behind him. It checks up. So Raphinha is unable to stay over the top of the ball.
Raphinha, let's not forget, with 2 goals and 2 assists in the 7-2 UEFA Champions League victory for Barcelona against Newcastle United in the last round. Finds himself in riveting form at the right time. Dembélé. Upamecano. Theo Hernandez made their way over to the Middle East in recent years. Here's Magnan. Dembélé.
It's too deep from Dembélé. He needs to vacate that space and allow for 𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗥𝗧𝗘 to get into that position.
Perhaps Mbappe can latch onto this as France manoeuvre forward. It's a very good challenge from Wesley. Another corner for France.
See exactly, Wesley was coming in with full force, just waited for the moment, baits him in, touches it off him to win a corner.
𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗥𝗧𝗘 to pick up the scraps. To the back post it goes. It's met in mid-flight and then scrambled to safety for now. 𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗥𝗧𝗘 finds half a yard in towards the penalty area it goes. 𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗥𝗧𝗘 goes down eventually. Referee not the slightest bit interested in that. Brazil looks a counter. Cunha on the ball. In behind now for Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior gets the half a yard he needs. Very well charged down in the end by a flurry of French retreating players. And from one end of the field to the other, Kylian Mbappe now. Mbappe tried to play it across the face. Handful of players back on defensive duties for Brazil. And 𝗔𝗟𝗙𝗥𝗧𝗘 a little too abrasive for the referee's liking this time.
Wonderful players into space with so much skill, so much speed, so much deception. Nearly breaks for Brazil, but it's just a little bit too much from Vinicius, and wonderful intervention in the end from Upamecano.
So Brazil get us underway again, courtesy of that line for Brazil that have just 13 caps between them. France, the complete polar opposite, over 100 caps between the back four for Didier Deschamps' side. There's Dembélé of Paris Saint-Germain.
Oh, good feed.